Hello everyone, this is Sandra at the Whispering Well. So today's video is going to be a walkthrough and first look for me at the Lovely Day Tarot, which is created and illustrated by Vivian J. Stewart Jones. Now this deck has been sent to me for review. Well, I say sent, it was actually handed to me for review because I was fortunate enough to be able to actually meet with Vivian in a local cafe because she lives in the same county as I do. So we were able to do that, and I was able to meet her brother, who is responsible for her website. So I'm sorry about any background noise. That will be the cats. Luna appears to be having a funny half hour, so yeah. So this is the box, and it's illustrated on all sides by Vivian. I mean, look at this lovely bumblebee. And we've got this lovely little mouse here with these gorgeous flowers. I mean, this deck is so gorgeous. I love this deck. And we've got strawberries and blackberries here. And it's a two-part box, nice and sturdy, really nice and sturdy box. And also we have on the sides, take a walk on the wild side. She's actually put here, which is in a really nice typeface and not too large, because this deck is actually, and these words are actually inspired by walks that she goes on in the countryside around where she lives. And apparently there is a bench that she sits on and, you know, is able to look at some lovely views. So this is all like nature-based deck, and like I say, was inspired by her walks around the local countryside. So we have take a walk on the wild side, and on each end we have be kind to yourself, which I think is lovely too. So that's the box. Now Vivian is trying to fund this deck via pre-orders. So you can pre-order this deck on her website, and I will link the details below. She is not going through Kickstarter just at present, but I don't know if that might be a possibility later on. I mean, it depends. I know that she's previously not had a pleasant experience with Kickstarter, so you know, she's trying to fund this through pre-orders. But it is a really gorgeous deck. And on the back we've got 85 fully illustrated cards, images from original vibrant watercolour paintings inspired by woodlands, nature, wildlife, spiritualism and a changing world. Lovely Day cards encourage the reader to look on the brighter side of even the darkest moments and offer hope and the ability to see beauty in everything. Some of the images suggest an alternative perspective to traditional tarot cards, offering new insights and interpretations. The comprehensive guidebook for Lovely Day Tarot is available to download, and you can contact Vivian there or by email at lovelydaytarot@gmail.com. So I do have a printout of the guidebook, which you will get if you purchase the deck. As I understand it, the PDF is only available to people that do purchase the deck. And Vivian is working with her brother at the moment on trying to produce a physical guidebook too. So I will show you the printout. Now I have permission from Vivian to just show a couple of the images from this, because this is the copyrighted version. So you can see, I mean, it's just gorgeous, isn't it? Image on the front. I love this little guy here, and you know, the blue tit and the bumblebee. This is so me, this deck. but I'm sure, you know, it's something that will probably appeal to quite a lot of people, I would imagine. So that's the title page, and she does talk. She does have a foreword in here, but we'll just go to the full. So, and as you can see, the image is copyrighted. This will not be like that if you do purchase the deck, and the PDF you receive obviously will not be copyrighted. So this is the full, and it said, and you've got the number, the full, innocence and new beginnings, and we even have the element, which is air, the planet of Uranus, and astrological ruler is Aquarius. And so that's for each of the majors like that. And then we have a little bit of a write-up which does actually correspond with the card, so it's not just a general interpretation of the Fool that you might get in any book. This does actually relate to the card, which I love. So it says, "It is a lovely day and all is beautiful. A young fool leaps over a ravine. Full of innocence he throws an elegant shape, and it appears he thinks he can fly. The boy's little dog barks wildly at his foolhardiness, and a crow flaps near him, an omen of possible doom. Colourful butterflies symbolise delusions and a head full of flighty ideas, and the sunflower looks over him like an anxious mother." And then we have the upright meaning, the start of something new, opportunity, adventure, escapism, naivety, foolishness or daring. And reverse meaning, foolhardy mistakes, thoughtlessness and extreme naivety. So that is one of the cards. So let's have a look at the Hierophant. I mean, look at him. How amazing is he? So again, we have element of Earth, planet Venus, astrological ruler is Taurus. Now, the Lovers is gorgeous, these two elephants. And then in the minors, we have just Three of Cups, energy, nurturing and community, and then a write-up there for those. And I love this Three of Cups, particularly because irises, which are these flowers here, were my dad's favourite. So yeah, so this is a big chunky guidebook actually, and like I say, if you purchase the deck you will get a PDF, and there is going to be, or hopefully there is going to be, a physical guidebook. Okay, so let's take a look at the deck. Now this is a nice chunky deck. I mean, look at this. This is 350 GSM cardstock. And this is the title card. So should we go in a little bit on that so we can see properly? Okay, so really nice. These are the backs. So gorgeous backs, absolutely love these backs, and it is reversible. So that's great too for anyone that does do reversals, and as I said in the guidebook, there is reversed meanings too. So this is our Fool. I love this. I love that sunflower, and also the fact that he's leaping across, and normally we can't see where the Fool is going, but here we can see that yes, he will make it across, but then what adventures is he going to go on when he's made it across there. So it's lovely, and I love all the flowers and everything that's included in these cards. And Vivian did say that she actually lived every card. She actually lives these cards, you know, they've really like come from her soul. So I think it's gorgeous. And we have got, it looks like a sun and moon here on the Magician. and we've got a female magician. And I should have said, actually, guys, there is a little bit of nudity in this deck. It's mostly boobies, but you know, some people don't like that, but I think it's quite tastefully done, to be fair. So this is our magician. So we have a female magician here. Lovely trees and mountains in the background, and look at this lovely flowers she's wearing. So we've got the roses there, and if we think of the RWS magician has roses in the card, and she's got this lovely crystal sitting there. So then we have the High Priestess. I love this card, absolutely love it. As soon as I saw it, I said to Vivian, oh my god, I love this card, because our High Priestess is like part of the tree. And then we have all these gorgeous leaves down here, and she's holding in her hand, or maybe a pomegranate, something like that. And then we have some crosses back here. But in the guidebook, Vivian does actually explain everything. She does relate the meanings in her guidebook to the actual artwork of the cards. The Empress, I love. Now just look at that. So we haven't got our traditional pregnant female here, but what we've got is all this like abundance and this smiling face on the sunflower. So the Empress is the sunflower, and we've got our little mouse here. We've got butterflies, a bee. I just think it's amazing. I can almost imagine walking and all of this going on around me, you know, butterflies, bees, flowers, a little mouse in the undergrowth, you know. And you know, the card stock is lovely. As I said, it's 350 GSM, and it is a matte card stock. It has like a slight sheen to it, but not too much. Definitely not shiny. It is more of a matte cardstock. This is our Emperor. Look at him. How we've got the peacock feathers in this one. I love that. The Hierophant. Really love that too. See, again, he's like part of the tree, like the High Priestess was, which gives me like Green Man vibes. Here we have the Lovers. 2 elephants, gorgeous. So anyone that loves elephants, and I just think that is lovely, the way their trunks around each other like that. The Chariot. And look, it's actually, looks like a male in a shell chariot in the sea. And these horses have got webbed feet and tails like mer horses. I mean, how cool is that, guys? I love that. Love it. Now we have Justice at 8. And I think Vivian said that there are some extra cards in this which will be at the bottom of the deck, and I'm not sure if Justice was one of them, whether you can swap them around, you know, so that you could put Justice at 11 if you wanted to, but we'll see when we get to that. So this is Justice. I'm not sure what it says at the top there. Thesis Maria, I think that says. The Hermit. Look how cool he looks. He's like a magical person, isn't he? Like an elf or something like that. So we've got the darker background for him. And he's holding this crystal, which is obviously giving him some light. So rather than the traditional lamp. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. I love that this is like the yin yang sign on this, and I think Vivian said this is one of the older ones that paintings that she did, but it's lovely. And again, you know, all the elements of nature in it too. This one is Strength. Now this is a depiction of Jesus. I did find this out from Vivian, but with the robin. And you know, robins, some people often believe that robins will be a sign of like a loved one that may have passed over, but in this case we've got, you know, an image of Jesus here with the crown of thorns and the robin. I think it's quite a powerful image. We have the Hanged Man. So this is almost looks like the Hierophant again, doesn't it? But we've got someone hanging here, but it's like he's being held. This is almost like a hand, like this branch is holding him there. So that's quite cool. He's got a cross around his neck, and look at this squirrel. We have Death. This is quite funny actually, this Death card. Look at the face. I mean, it's not really a scary death, is it? And then we have this phoenix, or I'm assuming it's a phoenix. So we have like death and rebirth, rebirth from the ashes. We've got all these skulls down here amongst his feet. We have Temperance. Really lovely, gentle type figure. And these lovely flowers in the corner again. And irises. Whenever I see irises, I always think of my dad, because they were like one of his favourite flowers, and he always had them in the garden. Wherever we lived, he always did. We have the Devil. And this is different, isn't it, for the Devil? Look at the tail. And the cat and the mouse, or cat and the rat, however you want to look at it. The Tower I love because it's a tree. I love it when we get like a tree with lightning, and we've got a little blue tit here, and we've got a squirrel and a bat, which is very cool. And we've got this tree has been set on fire. Another squirrel here. The Star. It's a really bright star, isn't it? And we've got this nice tree here and some columns here, but we've also got this huge like wave of water. So you know, it will be interesting to read the guidebook, and I haven't read it all the way through. I've read some of it but not all of it, because obviously I wanted to get this review done for Vivian. This is the moon, and I love this. So it's like a moon gazing hare, isn't it? But look how he's going for the strawberry. And then we've got these two little guys here, but we do have our crustacean. And instead of the towers sort of being over there, we've got the towers here. We have the sun, which has this kind of Egyptian feel to it. And Egypt always makes you think of sun and heat and everything, doesn't it? Judgment. So we've got all of these daffodils, but we've got these notes here, because often we see like an angel with a trumpet, don't we, for judgment. So you've got the notes, so you've got that kind of element, makes you think of that trumpet. And we have the world I love this. I used to call them, I think they called these bikes penny farthings. The world there. So then we go to the Ace of Cups. And so we've got somebody's boot there that this lovely poppy is growing out of with a mouse. Another one down here. Look, even a little snail. Oh my God, I love this. And again, this deck, it just reminds me of my dad because he always wore these types of boots when he was out gardening or whatever. Two of Cups is two swans. It's very light in colour there, but really gorgeous. And there's two fish down here too. The Three of Cups, love this. I love these three blue tits and these flowers, and again irises as well as the poppies. Oops. Four of Cups. So these look like mushrooms, don't they? And this hair and some blackberry brambles. Five of Cups. Just somebody sitting, reading a letter. We've got a black, what may be a crow or raven there too. Maybe this is like Vivian when she sits on her bench on her walks. The Six of Cups. It's cute. We've got lovely bluebells. Seven of Cups. We have the Eight of Cups. We've got a web in the corner here too, as well as our butterflies and another snail. Nine of Cups. Look at this guy. And we have someone who is pregnant here. And the Ten of Cups. This is gorgeous. Look at this little elephant family. Oh, those cute little guys down there. So, so lovely. I love this Ten of Cups. This is our Page of Cups. Our Knight of Cups on a camel. That's cool. Oh, look at our Queen of Cups. Yes, because remember in the Chariot we had these type of mer horses almost. So it's very kind of watery. So we have the Queen of Cups, and we've even got a jellyfish and two more down here. I love this depiction of the Queen of Cups. And then our King of Cups, actually, Vivian told me is actually a depiction of John Lennon. So I think it's very cool. It's a very cool card, and I like this bird down here too. Then we've got, okay, so this is where some of the extra cards are. So I'm just going to take those out, guys, and we'll look at those in a moment, and we'll carry on with the Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that huge pentacle there. The Two of Pentacles. Look at these. The Three of Pentacles. See, and again, that's a more modern scene, isn't it? But it is something that we do see, that we recognise. Even his dog is joining in. Four of Pentacles. This lovely squirrel with his nut. The Five of Pentacles. And so this is very similar to what we normally see in the RWS. We've got somebody here with part of their leg missing, and we've got RIP here, so somebody's obviously passed away. So I think, you know, it's a good depiction. We have the Six of Pentacles, and this reminds me, one, of Mary Poppins, and Vivian did say that's kind of what it's based off of, but it's not meant to be her. But also it reminds me of my mum, because she's obsessed with feeding birds. And even her next door neighbours call her the bird lady and say it reminds them of Mary Poppins. So it's quite funny, but I like that. Seven of Pentacles. I remember when this used to happen, when we used to have milk bottles when I was younger, and you'd get the blue tits pecking through and taking the cream. The Eight of Pentacles. It's a lovely owl and a beaver. The Nine of Pentacles. So we've got the lady with the bird, and we've got these lovely sunflowers as well. So nice. Love this. Ten of Pentacles. It's the great spotted woodpecker, which we used to get a lot of when I used to live at Black Park when my dad was in forestry. We have the Page of Pentacles. He's doing some digging. His dog's joining in there too. The Knight of Pentacles on an elephant. Lovely again. This is gorgeous. The Queen of Pentacles. Absolutely love that. The flowers. You know, this, I just know I'm going to be able to use this deck, and it will get a lot of use. I can almost smell the flowers, guys. I know you're probably going to think that's insane, but I almost can, and I can almost feel the breeze as it blows these lupins here. It's so lovely. And the King of Pentacles. So again, we've got more of a kind of Egyptian feel to that one again. Here we have the Ace of Swords. And this is kind of, looks like a wartime scene, a wartime plane going over. And Vivian did mention that I think it was her grandparents lived in Dorset and used to watch the planes going over during the war. Here we have Swordfish for the Two of Swords. That's very clever, isn't it? Swordfish for the Two of Swords. And we have the blindfolded lady here. We have the Three of Swords. So we haven't got that heart being pierced, but we've got three coming down towards her heart here, like lightning strikes, and she looks sad, doesn't she? So we still get that feeling of the Three of Swords from this card. This is gorgeous, the Four of Swords, and I could just have this as a print on my wall. We have the Five of Swords. What are those? They're actually bees or something, and he's playing Perfect Day here. So he's listening to some music, and he's got these bees around him, not bothered by that at all. The Five of Swords. We have the Six of Swords in a boat here. What these sharks though, shark fins. Seven of Swords. We've got the milk spilt from the cow. Fox there. We have the Eight of Swords. That would be a nightmare too, wouldn't it? Having all these sharks around. The Nine of Swords. And these are like tarot cards in front of her, like, you know, like a spread, isn't it? The wolf behind, dog. And the Ten of Swords. Well, that's quite moving, isn't it? The Page of Swords. I love that. Then we have the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Swords. Looks like a monument there. Memorial. And we have the King of Swords. Love this one. Look at that bird. Then we have our wands. So we have the Ace of Wands. Someone enjoying a bike ride with their dog in the basket. My brother does this with his dogs. In the basket on a bike ride. Two of Wands. Home or the world, which way shall we go? Three of Wands. These cards are just so gorgeous. They're so my thing. Oh, look at this Four of Wands, like a Christmassy scene. That's nice. Five of Wands. We've got boxing hares. Then we have the Six of Wands. This is lovely, this deer here with a rose and some blackberries. The Seven of Wands. The Eight of Wands. Look at this message in a bottle and these bright balloons. Oh, this is gorgeous, isn't it? Nine of Wands. Look at that. Look at the pretty colours. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love this one too. Ten of Wands. Another deer. We have the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Oh, he's like a cowboy. A steer, I think they call them in America. Queen of Wands. That's a lovely one. Look at this little deer here, little baby one. Then we have the King of Wands. Then I think we have a couple of extra cards. So, we've got an alternative strength card here. So let me see. So let's find our... Is it an alternative strength, or did we not look at strengths? God, I'm so bad. So we looked at justice, didn't we? No, I think that's ended up at the end of the pile. Yeah, sorry guys. So we actually no. Strength was the Jesus card. But that's right. Vivian said she put in an alternative because she said some people may not this image might not be for them. Because obviously it's quite a Christian image, and if someone wasn't Christian, they may not kind of vibe with this image and may prefer this one instead. So I think that's good that she's given us an alternative for people that may not like the more Christian depiction of the strength card. So there is that. We've also got some extra cards. We've got an alternative devil card here, which is almost the same as the original devil. It's just a slightly different coloration and stance. So that's our original devil, and this is the alternative devil that you can put in if you would like. So you can choose between those two. And then we have some extra cards, which are, just grab them here. We have patience, acceptance, sharing. I think that's lovely actually. Look at that depiction. So nice that they're all sharing on the feeding table. Everyone's going to get some, even the squirrel. So patience, acceptance and sharing. I think that might be quite nice to leave in the deck, so I might leave that one in. We've got otherworldliness, which is also totally gorgeous. And I will probably keep that one in too. We've got atonement. And then we just have this extra one, which says, "Hey babe, take a walk on the wild side. Love, Sugar." That's quite nice, isn't it? So yeah, so that is the complete deck, guys, of the Lovely Day Tarot by Vivian Stewart Jones. I'm really hoping that she gets this funded via the pre-orders, that she has enough from the pre-orders to be able to fund this deck, because obviously it's expensive to produce decks, you know, so she will need that funding. Also, this is not her first deck. She did actually produce a deck quite a few years ago, I think she said in the 90s, called the Nimway Tarot, which Nimway was a consort of Merlin. And that one obviously is out of print now, but I mean, there may be ways to purchase it, maybe sometimes on eBay, that type of thing. And also, she is producing bags for this deck too, which are going to be available on the website very soon if they're not already. And I've already said that I will be purchasing a bag from her for this deck, and the bags are going to match the deck obviously with the flowers and things like that. And the bags are, you know, it's all going to be planet friendly like the deck. The bags are going to be natural cotton and will, as I say, match the decks. She's also working on producing some spread cloth, so that will be really nice and that will be exciting, you know, to have spread cloth to go with the bags as well. So that's currently being worked on, and she's also looking into at the moment producing some notebooks, so that if you have this deck you can have like a notebook to go with it that you can use like a journal to work with this deck. So yeah, so all the information will be down in the description for Vivian's website and how you can pre-order this deck. Pre-orders do finish on the 14th of March, so that's the last day for pre-orders, is the 14th of March. So if you do like this deck, guys, please go over to Vivian's website and pre-order if you are able to, and if you do like this deck. As I say, really lovely lady, gorgeous deck, and I wish her the best of luck with getting this deck out there and getting it funded. Okay guys, that's it from me for now, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.